One of my favourite ways to fish is to find a location in the river and base myself around there for the day. The boat ramp at Point Walter is one of the best places in Perth's southern suburbs for this, because you've got a ton of different spots to fish in plenty of different ways. Today, I thought I'd go fishing with Ira and show you some of our favourite spots in the area, along with how to fish them with lures.
Well, Ira, our first target for the day is the flathead, and the tide changed about an hour and a half ago. It's low, starting to come back in.
Yeah, there's a bit of water moving, and along all these drop-offs along here in Bicton, there should be some nice flathead.
Yeah, there's plenty of weed, that's what you're looking for, and a nice drop-off with some sand. We'll start here. I've got a prawn stir. What do you got?
I'm actually using one of these jigs. Great for blowies because it's not a soft plastic. Nice tough material there so the blowies can hammer it, and yeah, they work good.
Okay, let's see how we go for some floodies, eh? Yes. Oh, actually, Ira, it's good fish. It's good fish. Got some weight. Must be a flatty, surely. Oh, look at the bend in the rod.
Looks alright.
It does, doesn't it? Oh!
Oh, what was that?
That could have been a mulloway, but probably just a big flathead. Damn.
It's gone now.
That sure is. The way you work these prawn stars is so easy. That's why I recommend them for beginners and kids especially. Just cast it to where the weed and the sand meet, and we let it sink right to the bottom. If you're in doubt, cast to 15 or even 20 and just let it sit there, because flatties will pick them up off the bottom. And I just wind up the slack, and I lift and wind. You don't have to jerk it, just gentle lifts. And after you let it sink back down to the bottom, wait, pause, lift and wind. I've seen people winding these things like that. They're not like a normal lure, you've got to work them slow.
I just hate losing good fish on camera, and that first fish wasn't small, so we were determined to find it again. Flathead, if that's what it was, tend to actually get upset about coming off the hook because they think they've lost some breakfast, and I figured if we worked our way back to the spot again, this time using a leader, I might just get another shot.
Oh, glad I put that leader on, Ira, because I reckon I've got the same one back again, mate.
What is that?
It's a good fish. Oh, I've seen it too. It's a good flatty. It's a good flatty. Look at it go. Look at it go. See if we can actually see this one. Oh, yes. Good fish.
The old prawn star, mate.
Fight it with the rod tip. Nice. Just as it goes away. See, I'm trying to let it take line here. Look at that.
Man, that's a good fish.
Look at that.
Bit of a bend in the rod there. Nice big swan bar tail.
Oh, yeah. That's a long buster. Have a look at him. Beauty.
Nice.
In the net she goes. The prawn star strikes again. Well, mate, I reckon you did me the first time, but now we're even. Ha! Well, there's the prawn star that did the damage, and have a look at that. He's been in a scrape with someone. That wasn't me. You can see they're pretty durable, these flatties, but that's a beauty. Have a look. So I can get the mouth open. Wow, what a predator. Awesome stuff. It's a female, so we're gonna let it go. It's actually dropped some eggs there too. There you go. Off to fight another day. What a beautiful fish. Well, Bicton certainly worked for us in the end. That was a difference maker. I just used a double uni knot to go from a 4 kilo to a 10 kilo coated leader, and there's my prawn star. So I lost a fish, but I learnt by it. What do you reckon, mate? To another spot?
Yeah, I think it's time to move.
All right, let's go.
One thing I've learned is that city fish tend to learn to deal with noise and vibrations, so when we turned up to one of my favourite flathead banks, I wasn't too worried to see heavy machinery at work.
Yeah, Ira. Look at this, mate.
You got one?
Heavy machinery all around. Water silty. There's still flathead here.
Mate, I'm still tying mine on. Give me a chance. You said there'd be flathead along here.
Now this spot is right in front of the new development near the Fremantle traffic bridge. This little beach in front of me here is about the most perfect flathead spot. It's really noisy, the fish don't care. They're building God knows what, but this whole beach, there's weed, there's a good drop off, and even in this water, which I can't see more than a few feet, Second cast, nice flat head, and you see the colour of this one compared to our first, much lighter to blend in with the milky water. So we've moved downstream from the first spot. Now the fish, Ira, before you've even got a lure in the water, I reckon we're going to move to another spot.
Mate, I'm still tying mine on.
Dolphins are a regular visitor to the Point Walter area, usually rounding up schools of bony herring. Plenty of times I've seen Taylor schools also chopping up bait with the dolphins, and I wouldn't be surprised if Mulloway also come in later to clean up the scraps, so it pays to be ready. Today, we were just happy to take a break to sit and watch the show.
This is the Royal Freshwater Bay Yacht Club. It's one of the more downstream yacht clubs. Blackwell Reach is just there. Now, this is all great structure. There's going to be bream, there's going to be herring, there's even Samson fish, juvenile ones around these sorts of areas. So jigs are the go, soft plastics or hard bodies if the blowfish are giving you nightmares, and just twitch them around the pylons. Oh, you've done it to me, mate. I haven't even got my gear rigged up, and now you've walked into it's got to be a bream. Oh, it's a good one.
No,
that's a herring.
It's a herring.
And that is a seriously good
On
herring,
plastic,
eh?
Steve.
Look at that.
He's fat.
He is, and he
Look
had
how fat
tons
it
with
is.
him. It absolutely tons with him.
Nice.
Ow, 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 ow. They're spiky, aren't they? Come here, come here. Live television, eh?
Slipperier than a dark herring.
Yeah. Come here. Right, there you go. Now that is a Swan River herring.
Nice. On a plastic, Steve.
On a plastic. They don't get much bigger in Esperance. We thought it was a bream.
He went all right.
He did indeed. And there's more down there. Let's go. Right next to the Royal Freshwater Bay Yacht Club, strangely enough, we've got Freshwater Bay. This is it. Beautiful spot for flathead because we've got sand and weed, a really good combination. So if you're standing on the shore, you can throw lures out towards the boat. And if you're fishing from a boat, go into the deeper water and cast into the shallow water and bring them back through. This is a great spot for flatties. We've moved back to where we put in this morning at Point Walter. That's the sand spit that you can see there exposed at low tide. It goes right out, and all around it is lots of sandy country. If you have a look down here, you'll see there's gravelly sand, nice weed beds. Once again, perfect flathead country, but also herring. You'll get tailor off here. Sea breeze normally brings the pelagic feeders in. You also get giant herring as well. This is a great spot.
Directly across from Point Walter is Point Resolution. This has some very interesting structure, and the banks can produce flathead or flounder, while the drop-off always has schools of predators like tailor or giant herring cruising by.
Yeah, I've just chosen a little shallow running Laser Pro 45, only dives to about a metre, but a good option in this sort of shallow water amongst the weed, and the blowies don't decimate my soft plastics, so I like using the hard body in this situation.
You've had a bit of trouble with the old soft plastic blowy problem this morning, haven't you, mate?
Yes, mate, I've been for about 2 packs. And after 1.5 packs, I was starting to get a bit annoyed, so I go onto the little hard body now. See if I can get one. Oh! Blowies.
Blowy. Oh, there you go.
The flotilla.
Action blowfish hookup.
On the surface. This is insane action.
You almost fell in. You almost fell in, mate, and you've caught the world's smallest flathead. But we said they'd be here, and they are indeed. We've put in at Point Walter just over here, gone around the sand spit, downstream, back up here as the currents and the tides have started to rise, and look at the fish we've caught. It's so simple, it's really easy, great fun for the whole family. Give it a go.